action tonight. Race number 1, the Buttkicker Super Late Model Series. Your pole setter out there tonight, Billy Van Meter for Chaos Motorsports. His teammate right beside him, the Canadian Jake in the 2. Joshua Divers for Chaos in the 3. Brandon out there for Chaos also in the 4. Anthony Monroe in the 5 spot for Broken Axle Motorsports. The 6 of Chris Jones in that Sofa King Fast Sim Sports Machine. Lloyd Moore, your Tour Mod race winner last Wednesday night in the 7. Joshua B for Chaos in the 8. Reyes Beavers for Flowers Motorsports in the 9. And Matthew in the 10 spot tonight for Capsule of Time Motorsports. All right, we're going to take a look here at conditions. It's a nice one. 81 degrees, 0 chance of rain, cloudy, and 5-mile-an-hour winds. And big thanks again to Buttkicker for being the title sponsor of the Super Late Model Series here tonight. All right, we got Jonathan Flowers up in the booth with us. Flowers, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, we got you. Looks like it's set to be a good one here tonight.
80 laps, 1 extra set of tires. I do not see us going green all the way through, but I have been surprised the last few weeks with the guys' patience. But it is Martinsville. There's a gigantic curb down there on the bottom of the track. One little bump into that, and you're going up a lane hitting somebody. You know what I mean? So here we go. Billy Van Meter on the front row with his teammates right behind him. Billy Van
Meter with a good shot out of there, Nighthawk, with a good start.
Yep, you see it right now. Teammates going at it. Joshua Divers going underneath Brandon. Anthony Monroe charging his way up to the front here, and we start getting into that single file line now as we'll see everybody's braking points start changing up a little bit differently here. Billy Van Meter out to a good start. The Canadian into 2. Joshua Divers into 3. There's Brandon in that 4 spot. Anthony Monroe in the Black Magic Studios getting it on right now in the 5 spot. Lloyd Moore, Chris Jones, Beavers, Matthew, and Josh B right now in your top 10. What are you seeing, Flowers?
Looks like back here, looks like Beavers, like I said, he's probably going to play this saving game. Beavers seems like he's just calm, cool, and collecting, and he's just riding around. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't move up out of the way and let the 2-car by here and just ride around for a few laps here. He's in the 8 position, sorry. 8 position right now. He is pulling away from the 2 right now, but Chris Jones, he is in the 7 spot right now. I'm wondering if Jones is riding around saving Nighthawk.
Yeah, Chris Jones, he could be saving right now. He's a veteran in the league. He's been racing with us for over 2 years now, and he knows the ins and outs. So we'll see what Chris Jones does here early in this one. Chris Beavers back here still in a tight battle here, but Anthony Monroe charging his way up right now. So he is currently in the 5 spot, and Lloyd Moore has moved up 1 spot since getting around Chris Jones. So it's going to come down to tire wear and who's going to save the fuel. You see Billy Van Meter checking out on the field right now, and he knows his way around Martinsville. He's got over a full second lead over second place there of Jake, his teammate. So right now, Chaos 1, 2, 3, and 4 as Anthony Monroe for Broken Axle Motorsports tries to fill that gap there. He's in the 5 spot. Lloyd Moore in the 6. Back there's Chris Jones out of Australia. And that Choice Sync Sofa King Sim Sports, man. I tell you what, Chris Jones, man, he knows his way around the racetrack, Flowers. He'll be somebody to watch late in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And I was watching him in that heat race. He had a bad start, but he caught up to those guys. And I think he was a little bit quicker than at least second place in that. But I'm just thinking that Jones is riding around saving. And like you said, late in this race, Jones will be one to watch as Lloyd Moore slips up the track, and Jones is going to take a peek underneath him.
Yeah, we see it right there as it's coming right at your screen, and good battle coming right at you side by side. Chris Jones and Lloyd Moore working their way into the corner. That's the 54 of Chris Jones, and yeah, big hiccup there with Lloyd Moore as he tried to regroup and gather himself. But after you start burning up them tires and staying up there in that second lane, it's really hard to balance yourself back out. But great side-by-side racing back here, Flowers.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was a good battle. I think Lloyd Moore was saying, "Well, I'm burning too much up on my tires. We're only 11 laps in. I don't want to ruin my tires, this early." But Jones is just smooth, and he's one of these veterans, and he's really hard to pass, and he's good at passing. So we ran a few laps with him on the dirt last night, and Jones was a lot smoother than me, and he got past me. Just a really good overall driver over here on these iRacing, no matter what cars, what track. Jones is all around good driver.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Jones out of Australia, been racing with us for quite a while now. As you see, everybody out here right now, still single file, 14 in of the 80. Jake in that 2-spot, good battle there, and you see Anthony Monroe getting closer and closer there in that 82 Black Magic Studios. And I tell you, Anthony Monroe's been really coming on strong here. We'll see as we jump into cockpit with the Asphalt Cowboy Flowers. And watch how he works that wheel. Nice and easy. He gets it all the way up to the RPMs, and then it drops down, and he gets a nice, smooth turn here. Watch that wheel.
Yeah, he's doing really well here. Yeah, you can hear his braking points and where he's getting back on the gas, smoothly getting back up on that throttle and throttling that thing up and coming back down, and just working that wheel. You got to be nice and smooth and make sure you hit your marks each and every lap. And smooth is fast on these little tracks and tight corners like this. If you're at all coming into the corner and getting up the track a little bit, somebody can catch you from 2 or 3 car lengths back if you mess up.
We saw that hiccup right here. We'll rewind it back here. We saw a big move right here from Lloyd Moore as he was coming out of the corner here, and oh boy.
Holy Jesus.
Good save right there from Lloyd Moore and that 10 machine Flowers. Real loose coming out.
Definitely.
He'll try to rebalance. He's back in the 7th spot right now. Chris Jones, he's digging closer and closer to Anthony Monroe. Let's take a look at that capsule with time gearbox cam and see how close he really is.
All right, Nighthawk. I'm watching the battle up here with Van Meter and Jake. It looks like Jake is tracking down Van Meter as we watch that battle that you had there. But Van Meter 7/10 over Jake right now, and looks like he's tracking him down. But I feel like Van Meter is. He said, "Okay, I've got my pace. I'm going to set the pace and just take my time and not burn up my stuff." So I think he's like, "Well, I got enough heat in the tires. Let's just ride."
Yeah, absolutely. As we're watching from the gearbox cam of that Toyota Supra working its way right up to the back bumper of Brandon here. So Brandon looks to be trying to save some fuel here, but
ooh, boy,
it's getting swirly back there, and contact right there about made as he's all up in that bumper right there. Look at that shot.
All up in it.
Good looking stuff right there from the gearbox cam. Big thanks again to CapsuleTimeLLC.com. Make sure you check them out for all your gift needs. All right, at checkout, use code HAWK. Get yourself 10 or 20% off over there. It'll be a great deal. So up front, Billy Van Meter. Jake still 1-2, the Canadian doing his thing, and there's Joshua Divers in the 3. And Brandon right now, he's got Anthony Monroe tracking him down as Anthony gets onto the curb, and guess who's knocking at the door right now? Chris Jones, and Anthony Heartbeat probably.
Oh, there he goes. Hitting that curb again.
Heartbeat filling right there. What up, Big Nasty? How we doing tonight? Good to see you, my brother. We got him rocking and rolling. Billy Van Meter still the man out front. Canadian into 2. Divers into 3. Brandon has that gap a little bit spread out now. They are rolling. Chris Jones right behind him. There's Lloyd Moore. And tell you, Lloyd's struggling a little bit out here tonight. We're keeping an eye on him, man. I hope he's all right. And he gets up there and woo.
Yeah, he seems like he's not hitting his marks tonight. As he goes in the corner, I don't know if he's throttling up too quick or what, but several times I've seen him slide up, coming out of the corner, sliding up the track there. But I think he's either getting on it too hard or just hitting the gas too soon or letting off the brake. I don't know. I don't know much about how the braking points work, but I do know that you can't hit too much throttle or you're going up that track.
Yeah, and you've seen it right there again. Anthony gets down there, hits that curb, and Jones says, enough is enough. I'm going to start working my way to the inside here. And you see Chris Jones now with a tight battle here, and he said, hey, if you're going to keep playing with that curve, young man, I'm going around you. And Lloyd Moore makes the move also. So I'm not sure what's going on with the 82 there, but maybe tire wear, but he's bounced off that curb quite a bit there. So Anthony Monroe drops to the 7th spot there in the Broken Axle Black Magic Studio Toyota Supra. He's working his way. Chris Beavers, though, back there in the 77. He's still up one spot from where he qualified. He's holding it together in the 8, the 9 of Matthew there. He's in the 9th spot for the Capsule of Time LLC.com Motorsports team. And Josh B for Chaos in that 10th spot. And right now, guess who's coming up to him? It's his owner, an operator for Chaos. It's Billy Van Meter's getting ready to work into some lap traffic here. It took about 33 laps to catch him, 32. But he's there. So we're closing in on that halfway to marker at about 8 laps. And they've been keeping it green and mean, Flowers.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I can see this thing going all the way green. Just depends on how these guys keep riding. But as you were talking about Anthony Monroe there, Monroe hitting that curb several times and shooting up the track, that's going to use up those tires as bad as it is on the tires already. Hitting that curb, that's just going to chew him up even more. And he's hit that thing several times. So you got to think that Monroe is struggling right now with tire wear.
As we're watched from the in car, Billy Van Meter closing that gap here on that lap car of Josh B. And he'll get closer and closer. They're in the same Discord. I'm sure he's communicating with them. Hey, stay high here in this corner, and you'll see right there, and boom, look at that.
There you go. Yep.
He'll go to the high side there, and he'll let his teammates go right there with him. So he'll drop to the high side and stay out of the way there. Josh B, good to see him back in action tonight. He's a snowboarder, a snowmobile driver, and all that. So he's a busy man in the wintertime. So good to see Josh B out here racing with us. So Chris Jones, though, he's charged away up to the top 5, Flowers.
Yeah, I was just fixing to mention Chris Jones is getting up on the bumper of that 84 machine of Brandon. I think Jones might make his way at least in the top 4, if not, come up into the top 3 here.
Yep, absolutely. 37 of the 80 in the books here at the Paperclip. Smooth sailing here tonight for these drivers. Billy Van Meter still your leader in that 23 machine, and it's been no problem for Billy Van Meter up front tonight.
Definitely no problems. He's got 2 other cars, Matthew and Beavers. He should be catching up to them in about, I don't know, 4 or 5 laps, maybe not all.
Yeah, Billy Van Meter there coming right across your screen, and yeah, they'll start catching that lap traffic here as you've seen it. Josh B being the first one to go down there, and it's only a matter of time, but they still cut quite a bit of ways before they catch Beavers and Matthew there. So, I mean, they're about a whole straightaway away from them, so it's going to take some time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's going to take them a little bit. You're exactly right. They're almost a straightaway difference from him, probably about 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, we see it right there. Billy Van Meter, still the man out front, the Canadian into 2. Divers in that 3 spot. Brandon still working his way up there. Chris Jones now, and look at that. Lloyd Moore got them tires back down to temperature, and He's charging his way back up here, and he's working his way up to Chris Jones's bumper here. Let's keep an eye on this battle here, Flowers, as it pursues.
Oh yeah, definitely a 4, 5, 6 battle going on here. Looks like it's gonna take one of them to slip up. See which one slips up first, as Jones has looked really good in this feature. He started in the 6th spot. He's up 1 spot from where he qualified, and Lloyd Moore also up 1 spot from where he qualified. But do they have enough to get by that 84 machine? Not all.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to, is who's got enough to make it happen. And we're watching here. We got that camera on that left rear suspension, and we're keeping an eye here, watching Lloyd Moore as he closes that gap ever so closely into the corner right there. A little tap right there. We had it right on the camera. Look at that.
Right now, Nighthawk got it on the gearbox of Brandon, as we watch Jones see how close he gets in there, and he drives it in real good. Jones looks nice and smooth through the corner there, coming down the front stretch, and looks like Jones is taking a peek underneath, and he closed the door on him.
Yeah, the 84 working his way up there, but you see it. He's trying, and he keeps tapping that wall. Every time you see that puff of smoke, that was implemented into iRacing a few weeks ago with the update. So if they tap the wall or scrape it, it's a dead giveaway now. It's a big puff of smoke that happens. So pretty cool way of seeing it happen, because sometimes somebody will hit the wall and they'll be like, I never touched the wall. Well, the big old puff of smoke says otherwise, Flowers.
Oh yeah, definitely. That smoke just don't come from nowhere. It's not from the, what do you call them, the vape? That's not from a vape. That's from race cars touching that wall. Like you said, dead giveaway. These guys can't hide it no more.
Nah, they're not hiding anything out here. It's a battle royale going down here tonight. 48 of the 80 in the books here at the paperclip, and we saw the battle up there early as we got Matthew around, and it looks like he got off the track that quick, huh? He crashed and he's off the track. How did that happen? Let's take a look here and what happened right here. Oh, he had too many incident points and it just exploded. Oh my God, did you see that?
Yeah.
That was wild right there. So
Wow.
he's gonna go to the pits. I've never seen one just explode like that and go directly into the pits, but my God, that was incredible. So Billy Fan Meter there, still your leader. Jake in the 2, Divers in that 3 spot. Brandon still got his hands full here with Chris Jones behind him. Lloyd Moore, Anthony Monroe, Chris Beavers, and Josh B now rounds out your top 10 as we've seen Matthew into the pits, and his night's over in that number 2 machine. So you hate to see it, Flowers, when you make it almost 3/4 of the way through the race and the accident finally happens.
Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely hate to see that. You make it that far and just hitting the wall, simply touching that wall, ends your night. But that's why that's implemented in there. These guys like getting into that wall and wall riding. You can't do that no more, and the smoke gives it away. They can't say, oh, I didn't touch it. So Van Meter, he is nice and smooth as you look, though, Nighthawk. Jake has trimmed that lead that was once 1 second lead down to 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, we're being told in the Twitch chat here, his headset shut off, so I exited so I didn't mess them up. So, hey, good move right there. We appreciate you, Matthew. Seriously, man, that was good idea to do that so you didn't mess up the whole field. So good work. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, man. Just fucking pulling off when you know something ain't going right and making it happen. So good move right there from Matthew just to pull it in the pits. It sucks that you couldn't continue, but we do got 358 modifieds coming up next in the Chaos Send It series over on Asphalt Lanier. Then right after that, we have the Capsule of Time Demo Derby race. That'll be for $15 to the winner with the most incident points. You got to win it and have the most incident points, and you'll collect $15. So very simple. I had 0 incident points before that. Shit went black, and Jesus take the wheel. Yeah. No, yeah, you were doing good, man. You did good tonight, Matthew. Seriously, 0 incident points.
Yeah.
You guys are really killing it out there. And speaking of incident points, I'll take a look here. A lot of people with 0. Josh B with 6 right now. Jones with 4. And Matthew with only 2 there once you hit the wall. So, yeah, very clean night of racing from everybody so far, Flowers. And it's been tight racing. Your battle with the top 3 there. Then you got a 4, 5, 6 battle here. And Anthony Monroe into the pits here. Did he come in by himself or did he have an accident? Looks like Anthony Monroe did crash. Let's take a look at what happened. Another broken axle machine.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Oh, self-inflicted wound. Got down there on the bottom of the track and completely lost it. So there you go. He's into the pits. Rough night there. You hate to see it for Anthony Monroe as the tire wear finally weared enough to cause that car to go right into the wall there. So Anthony Monroe out of this one. But up front, Billy Van Meter, Jake and Joshua Divers, your top 3. Brandon, Chris Jones, and Lloyd Moore. And I tell you, Flowers, when a race goes green like this for so long, they're going on 23 minutes of green flag racing here. The tiredness, the wear and tear of the arms, everything's got to start hurting, right?
Yeah, definitely it does. But I've got to say one thing. I got to give props to Beavers. He's still on the lead lap, and well, we're 60 laps into this thing, and Beavers is holding its own on the asphalt. Dirt guy out here riding around with these asphalt boys.
Yeah, he's doing a damn good job. As Billy Van Meter says, hey, you're getting ready to go a lap down right now, bud. But it did take him 60 laps to catch him. So, yeah, Chris Beaver's doing a great job here maintaining that vehicle up to speed here. So the Canadian in that 2 spot right now. And you see Joshua Divers. He's in the 3. They're spread out pretty good there. But a good battle back here. And, Chris Jones into the wall.
There.
Yeah, Chris Jones into the wall.
Here comes Lloyd Moore.
Going to go to the bottom. Big mistake there from Chris Jones. And we talked about it. You know, the fatigue, the wear out, the tiredness. And, you know, it's not very common or very often in any of these racing. I don't care, official, league race, wherever, that you're going 65 green flag laps. So that's a wear and tear, especially with the amount of braking you got to do and steering input. It's kind of a big deal here. So we'll see what happens here as the leader's getting ready to reach the lap traffic here. And Beaver should go to the high side here, and it looks like he will. And the leaders a dive down to the bottom here as they see that happening right there. Beaver's up to the high side, and that is that with 17 laps left to go here. Divers will take a peek to the inside, and lap traffic Chris Beavers a move up to the high side. We appreciate it, Beavers, and doing what he could do there. He hung in there strong for 16 to go.
He did. He definitely did a good job. I'm proud of Beavers hanging in there. He's 2 spots up. No, he's 2 spots back from where he qualified. He qualified 7th. Had a great.
No. He's up. He qualified 9th. He's up 2 spots. Chris Beavers out of Cleveland, Tennessee, putting in a good effort here tonight for the 77 team. Great work again from Chris Beavers. But up front, with 14 laps to go here, Billy Van Meter, smooth operator up there. The Edco Welding boys for Chaos Motorsports. Sitting 1, 2, 3, 4 right now as Lloyd Moore was able to get up here and try to make a move with 13 to go next time by. It's going to be all about that tire saving. So right now, Anthony Monroe's got new tires, new everything. So he's pretty much blowing through the field here with those new tires. You know what I mean? But he's also 2 laps down.
4 laps.
4 laps down. So, you know, it's one of those deals with new tires, 4 laps down. You know, you're just in cruise control mode.
Are these guys going to make it all the way green? As I seen Van Meter there, he was coming out of the corner there, got a little bit sideways. So you got to think Van Meter got some tire wear going on in that thing.
Yeah, and you'll see that right now as Chris Beavers now getting lapped by the bottom side of the field here, and they'll keep it up on the high side. No problem for Beavers again. And Jones gets a little loose there, but he's able to maintain it with 11 laps to go here at the paperclip. 80 laps It was what we had to run here tonight. You see Anthony Monroe trying to peek it to the inside there, and woo, contact right there between the 10 and the 84. Side by side they go. Great battle here with 10 laps to go. You saw that little contact made, and we'll see what happens, and he had to lock it up hard there. Lloyd Moore trying to find some room here tonight, and big pinch right there. One up into the wall, and man, Anthony Monroe back down. Lap cars out here trying to play a role, 3 wide. Anthony Monroe 4 laps down out here. And like I said, he's got new tires, but it ain't going to do you any good being 4 laps down.
Oh, yeah, definitely not, Hulk. I'm sitting here in Billy Van Meter's cockpit and watching as he drives this thing around, and you can tell, Nighthawk, if you look at the wheel, Van Meter is a really smooth driver, but you can tell that he's fighting that through the corners as the wheel is a little bit jerky, even coming off the corners a little bit there. But Van Meter still leading the way here.
Absolutely. Billy Van Meter still the man out front for Chaos. The Canadian and the 2 divers in that 3 spot with 7 laps to go here. And keeping our eyes here, watching the lap traffic here, try to get up in a battle zone here. And looks like Brandon will realize he's a lap car if he does, and probably just have him go around him on the high side here. But with Anthony having new tires, he should have no problem charging. But like I said, it's not going to be something that's going to be easy for him. So up front, Billy Van Meter still your leader. Jake into 2, divers into 3. And you see it right here. He'll try to pop himself down in there, and there you go. And whoo, close that door quickly right there, the 84.
Yeah,
he had to.
Lloyd was trying to get there.
Yeah, Lloyd said, hey, I'll try to sneak on in there with him if you're going to let him go. So smart move there. Lloyd Moore onto the back bumper there. And there's only so many incident points that you can get. So both those drivers probably creeping upwards on 10 right now. So 4 laps to go right now. And I think Brandon's struggling a little bit with tire wear here, and Lloyd the same way. And Chris Jones licking his chops to see if something's going to happen here with the 10 and the 84. But Lloyd seems a little bit quicker in the center of the turn. And we'll see Billy Van Meter right now. He's closing that up there. He looks solid with 3 laps to go here. Staying green and mean right now. Billy Van Meter, Jake, Joshua Divers, and Brandon. Lloyd Moore in the top 5. He's moved up 2 spots from where he qualified. And Billy Van Meter's got to go 2 more laps around here tonight. So we'll see if he can get it done. But he looks solid here. Everybody made it on Fuel Flowers. A good run.
Oh, definitely. The good thing is, Nighthawk, I was looking here. The top 4, all Chaos. All 4 of them started, and looks like they're going to finish where they started.
Yeah, you'll see it right there. Billy Van Meter going to go ahead and bring it home. Jake into 2, Josh Divers right there. Lloyd Moore making that pass back there. So Billy Van Meter is going to take the win. Jake in that 2, Divers in the 3.